Hello and welcome to the Pastel Growth Studio. In today's lesson, we're focusing on sky holes, the parts of a tree or a bush or grass, any kind of vegetation where the sky peeks through. Sky holes, in my opinion, do a better job of mimicking that gorgeous glow that happens when light shines through leaves. And you can't get that same effect if you just paint the tree over top of the sky. The edges will be too harsh. And because you can only apply so many layers with pastel and we work from dark to light, most artists will paint the trees first and then the sky. For this lesson, I'm mainly using J. Luda pastels. They're a wonderful medium soft pastel, similar in feel to Terry Ludwig. I do use a few other sticks where I don't have the colors I need, and also when the tooth on the paper starts to fill up and I need to switch to softer pastels.
So I started out with an underpainting, and this was just some pastel that I put down, blue on the top and a darker green on the bottom. Then I spritzed with some rubbing alcohol and used a paintbrush to paint it into the paper. And that was just so that the colors would not blend with the colors I put on top. Now I started out my tree by just using a dark green and blocking in the general shape of the tree. And as you can see, this green is very similar in value to the dark blue of the sky. I do put a little bit of a lighter, warmer green on top, but that's just to hold space for the tree. And I do that so I just have a general idea of where that tree is going to go when it comes time for me to start putting in the sky. Now you can see I'm not being too careful with the edges of the tree that I just put in. I'm actually intentionally dragging my sky colors over top of those tree edges. And I'm doing that because I want the tree to have kind of a glow around it. I want those leaves that are maybe on the edges or in the background to have a little bit of wispiness. So that's why I just let that sky just kind of pull over top of the tree. And I'm using several different shades of blue here. I think I had 4 different sticks that I'm using in different values, I should say, of the blue. And even this lightest value that's going on right now, that's not white. That's actually a really light blue. So after I get the sky to kind of where I want it, and you can still see some of that tree, that area blocked in is still back there, then I come in with the edge of a darker pastel and just kind of mark in some guidelines for the trunk and the branches. These are not final marks by any means. These are more just to help me kind of visualize where things are going, the direction that I want my leaves and my branches to go. And then I'm putting, with that same dark pastel, just putting some foundational foliage on the tree. And this is going to serve as kind of the shadowed areas or the darker areas of the tree. It's going to give the tree some depth and some weight and some life as I start to come in now with my different greens, and I just start layering them around in this shape. And you'll see over the next few minutes as I come in with multiple shades of green. Some are warmer, some are cooler, some are lighter, some are darker. And I just keep layering them to create depth and dimension as I go. And this is the first part of creating your tree. You want to first establish which way the light is coming from. So in our case, for this painting, the sun is coming from the upper right. So you'll notice that I try to restrict my lighter and brighter colors to things that are, I'm imagining are being hit from the light that's coming from that direction. And I'll use more of these warmer and brighter colors, again, just along those edges where I think that light is hitting it. But as you can see, as I am layering these lighter and darker greens, just I'll come back in a minute with some darker greens again, and just kind of going back and forth and building that fluffiness and that fullness that I want in this tree. And periodically I'll come back in and mark in some of the stronger branches that are going to be going throughout this tree. And then I will put more leaves over top of them in some areas and then leave some parts of the branches showing through. And that's kind of how a tree is if you really look at one. You don't often see an entire branch from where it meets the trunk all the way to the tip of the branch. There are lots and lots of leaves and twigs that are covering up parts of that branch. So this is part of my layering process for painting trees, is not only do I layer the greens, but I also come in and layer with my branches and my stems. And I'll just speed this up a little bit here so we can get to the good stuff, which is putting in the sky holes. But I'll let you finish watching as I just apply the rest of my leaves and branches before we get to the sky holes. And I'm going to take just a few seconds and drop in a little ad for my Pastel Growth Studio on Patreon. I would love to welcome you to the family. It's only $5 a month. And once you join, you get full access to all of my past lessons, product reviews, and lots more content. I would love to see you there. So now to the good stuff. Let's get to the sky holes. So I used 3 or 4 different blues for my sky. So what I'm doing is I'm starting out with the darkest blue, and as I go, you'll see I kind of alternate between the lighter and the darker blues. But what I'm doing is I'm starting to very gently carve some spaces in this tree where I want the sky to show through. And I'm doing that along the edges of the tree, and I'm also doing it on the interior of the tree. And this is a process that, depending on how full you want your tree to look, you could have lots of sky holes if it's a thin tree and maybe it doesn't have a lot of leaves on it, or if it's a really thick tree, you can just use minimal sky holes. But like I said, I'm just carving along the edges, and then in some areas I'm even bringing some of that blue back over top of the leaves around the edges like I did way back at the beginning of the video when I was first putting the sky in. And that's just to kind of keep that idea of the tree is it's a three-dimensional object. So not all of the leaves are going to be perfectly in focus, and the ones that are further in the background are going to be the ones that are going to be slightly fuzzier. And now as you can see, I'm using the lightest blue that almost looks white. And as I go in and start adding some of these sky holes, they're going to start to look a little weird. So with this, this technique, you have to kind of trust the process. And just like with putting the leaves on the tree, putting the sky coming through the tree is also layering. And so it's just kind of little steps here and there to get the color just right and the value just right. And you want it to feel like there is just a little bit of a glow that is that translucency of your leaves. So you can get that by using different, slightly different shades of blue, like what I'm doing, and just layering them. If you just use one shade or one color for your sky holes, they're also going to look a little bit flat and one-dimensional. So as you can see, as I'm going through here, the tree is starting to get a little thinner looking, a little more sparse, because I'm obviously kind of trimming it, for lack of a better term, with my sky holes. So I'm just cutting away branches and leaves with my sky. And now those are some pretty bold marks that I put in, and they look a little weird. It looks like somebody toilet papered my tree. So you'll see in a second here, I'm going to come back in with my medium blue and soften up the edges of these really light marks. And that medium blue, here it is. This is the medium blue. And it's just kind of softening them up. And this blue is a little bit warmer, which is giving us that feeling of the sun coming through the tree. Even though this isn't a sunset and the sun's not directly behind the tree, the color of the sun is, usually a little bit warmer. So wanting to use a slightly warmer tone than the blues that I did for the rest of the sky. And like I said, you can see I'm just softening up those harsh lines. And then I'll come back in with some greens because in some areas I went a little too far, trimmed a little too much off. And I'm wanting to also very lightly, in some areas, I'm putting that green very lightly over the sky holes, but not pressing hard enough to completely cover them up. So that is creating, again, that feeling that some of these leaves are a little translucent. Because if you hold a leaf up to the light, that light is going to shine through it. It's not fully opaque. So by very, very softly pulling some green back over these holes, what I'm doing is creating a little bit more glow. And then coming back in with my warm greens, just like I did earlier, just reestablishing where that sun is glinting off the tree. And as you can see, the tree is starting to look a little fuller again. So it's just a process, a little bit of back and forth between the leaves, the branches, the sky holes to get exactly that feeling that you want in your tree. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was helpful for you. The full video and much more detailed information is of course available on my Patreon channel. And I also finished this entire painting on Patreon. So if you want to see the whole thing, head on over there. Again, membership's only $5. Hope to see you there. Thanks for watching. Take care.